Okay, hi everyone, it's Koinzell here. So today we are going to do a PvE video comparing the shadows, or rather, sorry, the darkness PvE, which is the Dark Knight Awakenings, her PvE versus Lahn Awakening PvE, which is basically it's darkness versus Crimson Lotus. Now, before I did the class change, I've already how should I put it? I've already measured the amount of time it took for Lahn Awakening to kill 2500 mobs, because that's the nightmare recurring quest in the nightmare, so that I can set up the operations recorder to complete the recurring quest based on the specific time interval. So before I jump into that, right, I just want to showcase how darkness looks like in terms of her farming PvE. Right now this is with a Hunter Stone setup, so you'll see that the mobs mostly they die to one hit. They don't die to one hit only sometimes when critical don't trigger, and when critical don't trigger, there's still the range of a damage, right? So the range itself, sometimes you'll see that the HP of the mobs is really low. As you can see here, this is like almost dead. The bar is like completely black. But most of them you will see that they just die from one hit. Just look at the amount of blue smoke after each skill that she's using. And there are a lot of people who say that the darkness skills are slow. That is true in the past, but not now. Just look at how fast she is. Mainly because the explosion skill has turned faster. The melee skill has reworked to a very fast dagger coming, a huge sword coming down. And the daggers itself have also been buffed in terms of the AoE. If you look specifically at the AoE itself of dagger, wait, let me see, when is she gonna use dagger? There you go. So the dagger really looks like a archer skill, for example. The archer skill where it's straight and white. So that is why the darkness PvE is good. But how good is it? So let's look at the Lahn figures first. Let me just put this on saving. Turn on some music. Okay, so this is the type of stats that we're looking at. The best farming spot in Nightmare. I'll touch on that in future when you guys get Hadu Nightmare. In Hadu Nightmare, best spot in Hadu Nightmare. And the test is of course without the Battlefield of Sun 100 AP buff. So it has to be, I don't know. I happen to test this on the weekend, so that's why it's without the Battlefield of Sun 100 AP buff. You only get it from Monday to Friday, based on getting 3 wins in Battlefield of Sun the week before. Now the stats will be how many kills. Sorry, the stats will be based on like the 2500 kills and time per 2500. Then based on that, we'll calculate the kills per minute. Based on Hunter Stone equip and Luck Stone equip. Luck Stone meaning the Stone of Luck. Because in Hadum, your drops are only through Stone of Luck, which is basically through the Spoils of War. So Stone of Luck is the only way to boost your drops in the Hadum mode. So this is a comparison at the same time between the two stones. Right? So let's look at the Lahn stats. Okay, so Lahn stats here. Basically, for her with Hunter Stone, she can kill 2500 mobs, which is to complete one night of the Nightmare recurring quest, in 14 minutes 29 seconds. Okay, I'm not going to go down to the milliseconds. That translates to about 869 seconds to get 2500 kills, and about 172 to 173 kills per minute. So this alone is already a very nice figure. This makes her the number one. This is what makes her the number one in PvE farming previously. Okay. Now the Luck Stone is of course not as strong, because the Stone of Luck you sacrifice the bonus damage to mobs. In return, the amount of time taken basically is 16 minutes and 58 seconds if I round up, which is about 17 minutes. So let's say we round them all up to a nicer figure. This will be 14.5 minutes, this will be 17 minutes. What I have done on my operations recorder, the interval that I've set is 15 minutes for this and 18 minutes for this, to give a bit of buffer in the event of lag or anything. Yeah. Alright, kills per minute 147. So this percentage here is just calculating the percentage of the how much better is the Hunter Stone as opposed to Stone of Luck in terms of the kills. So in this case, it's about 17% better. Alright, but the loot, right? Stone of Luck will always be better. I'll cover that in future when you guys get closer to Hardum mode, so that it makes more sense. I've already done all the tests and figures, so I know how it works out. Alright, so this is for Lahn. 14 minutes, 14 and a half minutes for Hunter Stone, 17 minutes for Stone of Luck, operation set as 15 and 18. Now, let's look at Darkness. I did a test on the Darkness on the same period, i.e. also on weekend, in fact right after I did the class change on Sunday. Now let's see. Okay, there you go. The Darkness took 11 minutes 35 seconds to kill 2500 mobs, which means she's almost 3 minutes faster. The number of kills per minute is 215, basically 215 or 216, depends on whether you want to round up, because it's still very much at the middle point. And it means that the Darkness, right, is actually 25% faster than Lahn in terms of the number of kills, 25% more kills in the same amount of time per minute and per 1000 2500 as well. So this makes her really strong in PvE. She's leaving Lahn in the dust basically. When it's 25% more, it's a very significant amount. When we are talking about comparing two classes in terms of their farming speed, 25% is a huge difference. Now maybe you can say, oh, this is only one test, it may not be accurate. But bear in mind that although it's one test, by setting the operations recorder, right, I'm effectively testing every 50 minutes for the Hunter Stone and every 80 minutes for the Stone of Luck. And for the longest time, I have been using that for my Lahn whenever I farm overnight. So this is definitely accurate. Okay. Now, in terms of Stone of Luck for the Darkness, the kills is the amount of time is 14 minutes. Okay. 14 minutes is really decent as well. Okay, so 14 minutes for 2500 kills is faster than even the Lahn with the Hunter Stone. Okay, to me, right, I guess what you can do is just give or take a plus minus 30 seconds in terms of accuracy. You can buffer by 30 seconds if you want. If you want to talk about like data, sampling data, having many sets of sampling data, this is more for the people who are very statistics buffed type of people. Now, the number of kills is 177 using the Stone of Luck. So if I compare the Darkness Stone of Luck to the Lahn Stone of Luck, we are talking about a 21% more kills. Why is it smaller? Because the buff of the Hunter Stone is huge in terms of the killing speed and the farming speed. And also because the way the Lahn skills are like, the DK skills are like the Darkness. Now if we go in here, let's look at her skills. Now most of her skills have very high damage. This is with one hit alone, it's already what, 1400 for almost close to 1500% damage. This is about 1000, no, actually more than that. About almost 1100% damage with one. Oh, sorry, I should look at this, not look at this PvP. Too used to look at PvP. So this alone is this is like 1650% damage. Okay, with one swing, she can do 2 swings. This is 2000% damage. This is 1800. All my skills are level 10, by the way. Dagger is another 1700 plus actually. Yeah, 80 times 3 is 240, right? Yeah, so 1740% damage. Okay, with one swing of this dagger. One swing, 1740% damage. Which is why the Hunter Stone makes a huge difference to her skills. It basically becomes a scenario where most of the time my Darkness is really one hitting. So this is 1890. This is 500 times 4 basically, so 2000%. So the darkness skill damage is really high. It is only ever so slightly slower than other characters. Now for Lahn, right? Lahn is fast, but the thing about Lahn's damage, right, is always is as she spins. So there is a bit of a DOT factor if you want to consider it in that sense. But for darkness, right, it's hit, go, hit, go, hit, go. It's as simple as that. Swing, die, do a blast, do some dagger throwing, another blast. It's really fast. This is the reason why darkness does 25% faster. Now let's look at it in a different way. 25% faster for the 25% faster for Hunter Stone, 21% for Stone of Luck. Now look at how fast the number jumps here as she kills. It's not just about how fast the number jumps here, it's also the fact that every jump is ranging from like 2 or 3 to 5 or 6. That's how fast she's killing, guys. Just look at this number, the way it jumps. I assure you my Lahn is not as fast, for sure, with the same amount of CP, with the same kind of setup. Okay, so that's why the darkness is now the very number 1 in terms of PvE. A lot of people wouldn't actually expect her to be the number 1 PvE. A lot of people are still thinking Lahn is still the first. Second is Tamer, third is Shy. Okay, but now the 3 of them have been pushed down 1 slot, thanks to darkness. And just FYI, I have changed my interval on the operations to 12 minutes and 15 minutes as a buffer. I can definitely set this. Oh wait, sorry, I actually put it as 12 minutes and 20 seconds, so just a bit more buffer in case of some particular mishap or whatever, or maybe the sampling data. But what happens is that it has stayed true, it has maintained throughout based on what I have done. In fact, I was thinking of setting it to 12 minutes and 20, but the last time I did was 12 minutes, because for Hunter Stone I only did it for 1 night so far. The rest of the night I've been using the Stone of Luck, because the consumption rate of Hardum Potion is really insane when I use Hunter Stone on the darkness. And in case you guys don't know, the rate of consumption of your Hardum Potion is based on how fast you're getting XP in Hardum mode. So for darkness, who is such a PvE beast, right? She actually burned through my Hardum Potions like 2000 in 1 night. And it wasn't even a long night or anything. So I was really shocked by that. So that was why I only used it for 1 night. But that 1 night that I used it for, I actually set the interval to 12 minutes. And for this, right, the one that I've been using, I've been setting it as 15 minutes. So just from the operations itself, I'm already setting 3 minutes faster than Lahn for either configuration. And so far it has not failed me. It has failed me not in the sense that the number of red and dark energy chests I get is in line with 12 minutes and 15 minutes. Meaning that there was not a case where the quest did not complete before my operations recording kicked in place and then it skipped one cycle, for example. No. Because if you set your timing too short and the quest is not completed, you are essentially doubling the amount of time that you are setting. So for me, I never have that issue. It matched the timing perfectly. So I can safely say darkness is doing 3 minutes faster than Lahn per 2500 kills. In other words, in 1 hour, depending on whether you are using Hunter Stone or Stone of Luck, it is a difference of 25% and 20% basically. It's a huge difference if you ask me. Basically, darkness is the number 1 in PvE right now, and she is leaving Lahn behind in the dust. Okay, in the dust. It's not even like just slightly better. If it's like 5 to 10%, maybe you can say, it's only slightly better. 15% you say, oh, definitely better. 20% you say, definitely good. 25% is like, whoa, it's overwhelmingly good for 25% using Hunter Stone. So now I guess I have one more thing to spend on, which is the Hardum Potion, because the darkness is really burning through them like nothing. Okay, so back to the game itself. Let's see. Now just look at this. By a few minutes of me talking, it's already up to 800 plus kills. That's how insane the Darkness PvE is. So for those people who say that, oh, her high damage are high, but her skills are slow, I'm sorry guys, it's not the case anymore. Her skills are fast. Look at this. And her damage is also boosted again. So, of course, it may be a case of my CP being high enough to reach the threshold of 1 hit. But think of it this way, okay? It's easier to hit 1 hit with the Darkness as well because of how high her damage percentage are. It's always like 1800, 1700, ranging to up to 2000%. So, I would say that it's not difficult to hit 1 shot with her compared to, say, for example, Lahn or even the Archer. Archer is in fact going to be the hardest to hit one skill kill. I'm not even talking about 1 skill kill here, I'm talking about 1 hit kill here. Okay, that's the difference for Darkness. Because like for some of the skills, it's actually 2 hits. Sometimes in 1 hit I can kill already, as long as there's a crit on the first hit. So that's the difference here. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and remember to like the video and click subscribe for more. I hope this is the very definitive proof of how much better in PvE the Darkness is. She is undoubtedly the #1 in PvE right now. Okay? Alright, thanks everyone for watching. I'll see you next video. Bye.